Alrighty, everybody. So we'll go ahead and get started with how VIRNECT has improved Korea's manufacturing with XR technology. And it's Marcus Meerhofer is going to come up and give the speech. So I appreciate your time here, Marcus, and look forward to your talk.
Thank you. Thank you. Can everybody hear me? Yeah, perfect. All right, then, hello, everybody. It's a great pleasure for me today to be here and also represent VIRNECT for the very first time here at the AWE and present how our XR technology has helped improve the manufacturing space in Korea. I want to also briefly introduce myself. My name is Marcus Meerhofer. I'm the lead business development manager in Europe. And if I'm not here on the stage, I'm located at our research center in Vienna, Austria. To structure this talk today, I want to start off by introducing VIRNECT, the company, what we do, what we stand for, and a few of our key milestones, and then showcase three of the most impactful use cases we were able to conduct with our manufacturing clients, and also highlight how we as an XR service provider have contributed towards safety, efficiency, and convenience at these industrial sites. As you might already know, we'll also have a 5-minute Q&A session at the end where I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. So how did VIRNECT get started? VIRNECT was founded in South Korea in 2016 with a smartphone AR creation tool called C-Real. In the next 2 years, we also developed and released other few products such as Remote and Make and View. This was the foundation of the successful Series A round in 2019 that fueled our international expansion. That includes the research center where I work in Vienna. And we also used that money to strengthen our tech capabilities as well as build out our company structures. Currently, we've established ourselves as one of the leading industrial XR service providers in Korea. We have over 120 employees. We have more than 95 intellectual property rights and have implemented or are currently involved in more than 110 projects. In terms of funding, we're currently in a Series B funding round, which we hope to close by the end of this month. And in our Series A round, we were able to collect $9 million. So what do we actually do? What's the main focus of our solutions? We've specialized on challenges and use cases that in particular occur in the industrial space and some related fields. The main objective of all our solution is to focus on improving safety at the area of implementation. So that means extending the distance between the dangerous location and the actual human interaction, and by providing an increase in skill level of the workforce by providing an intuitive learning experience. And also improving efficiency at these industrial sites, supporting our clients to really take full advantage of the XR technology in order to make processes and procedures more effective and also more optimized. Lastly, the convenience for our users here is all about enhancing the availability of the information there where it's actually needed with very easy to use applications. For these industrial challenges, we have developed a portfolio of services and products, including our remote collaboration tool with AR functionality, AR content creation tools such as Make and View, as well as Twin, which allows us and our clients to visualize whole machines or even shop floors and feed these models with real-time sensor data, and our workstation platform where all these products can be managed in one location. We also provide a SDK platform that is called Track. This is a standalone object and image tracking tool where we can track QR codes, CAD models, map targets. Our third-party integration with our portfolio also includes Google Cloud Speech API and Google Translate. All these products run on smartphones, tablets, on your regular desktops, as well as smart glasses, and can also be used with a large set of different cameras, such as these necklace cameras, 360 cameras, and also drones and robots. So what does this actually mean for our clients, and how do we bring value to them with our AR tools? To answer these questions, I want to talk about 3 use cases. A global remote collaboration use case amongst geographically dispersed manufacturing sites, a digital transformation case for SMEs, and one of our newest projects, a use case where we're helping our client to automate work tasks and mitigate risks at dangerous work environments. And we're doing this by connecting our XR tools with robots. Let me start off with the global remote collaboration case. The 2 companies we're working with are LG Energy Solutions, one of the biggest manufacturer for electric vehicle batteries, and Hanwha Total, which is a subdivision of one of the largest business conglomerates in Korea, and they do petrochemical. So what do these 2 companies have in common? They both have a dispersed network of manufacturing sites on a global scale, and they have HQ that aim to effectively distribute the knowledge amongst their subsidiaries. So what were the specific challenges we faced here? As a result of the highly dispersed network of manufacturing sites, the local workforce suffered from insufficient training and insufficient support by the Korean HQ, which led to declining productivity levels. As the major manufacturing plants were all located in Poland, US, and Japan, language barriers with the Korean HQ also played a role. And additionally, as we all know, last year, the pandemic was in full effect. That meant that traveling was highly restricted, and ease of communication with the usual in-person meetings were either cut down to a bare minimum or non-existent. So what were we able to do to overcome these challenges? The very first step was to connect all relevant stakeholders with our remote collaboration tool, a real-time video conference application with AR functionality. This means that the experts from the Korean HQ were able to connect with the participants at these international locations, with 6 people at the same time. Device compatibility was especially valuable also with these clients, as this meant the workforce was able to basically choose smartphone, tablet, or smart glasses, whatever fitted best or was available at the time. So how does the tool actually work? So by pointing your smartphone to a machine, for example, the Korean expert, in our case, can use the integrated pointer, the AR drawing features, as well as spatial errors to direct attention to a specific area on that machine. So basically, for instance, highlighting a certain button on that machine in order to guide the participants in that call through any complex step-by-step process. We also added additional communication aids like the speech-to-text functionality that can help you out in a loud environment. And in order to overcome the language barriers, we integrated translation features that can hold up to 11 languages. In terms of impact that we were able to achieve, the first major impact is with regard to cost and time savings. Due to now this direct connection created by the remote tool, the need of traveling and quarantining was dramatically reduced, which resulted in an over 90% cut in annual travel expenses and time spent traveling. As a second major impact concerning the increased productivity, so now due to this remote and timely availability of experts, response time to machine error was 20% faster, and human-related issues were also reduced by up to 5%. So I believe that this shows quite nicely that our remote collaboration tool can directly impact management within these dispersed networks, and they also directly have an impact on the bottom line. In the second use case, I would like to talk about how our XR tools can also help SMEs stay competitive. In this particular case, we collaborated with an industrial drone manufacturer, a manufacturer of industrial valves, and a producer for smart assembly lines. The challenges we encountered here were, on the one hand, valuable manufacturing knowledge was being lost due to retiring employees and the lack of documentation. And on the other hand, the general infrastructure to conduct training and onboarding was either non-existent or very insufficient. So what solution could we provide with the, we say, all-in-one AR platform that includes the creation visualization tool Make and View? The client could improve existing training materials and augment parts of their user manuals or even safety brochures, and create training content including virtual reports, checklists, and to-do lists. In terms of documentation of know-how, with our remote product, the experienced employees were tasked to document complex processes with our video recording feature, creating video tutorials, and also augmenting step-by-step workflows. In terms of impact, due to the improved access of information and more comprehensive training materials, onboarding times could be reduced. The feedback of one of the SMEs showed that in one case, even a whole entire day less of training was needed. Now, instead of losing valuable manufacturing knowledge from experienced workers who might leave the company and take that knowledge with them, it can now remain within the organization, which led to external training costs could be reduced by 30%. Additionally, resulting from higher skill levels and retention of that core knowledge, the errors during manual machine inspection could be reduced, which meant in one case an increase in output by 15%. I hope these are clear examples that also SMEs can benefit from XR applications, in particular with respect to retaining core knowledge, which is relevant for staying competitive in any industry. The third use case, still in its POC phase, is one of my favorites. Here, we are working with one of the largest power plants in Korea. The task was to automate work process for simple tasks, to utilize the workforce in a more effective way, and also increase the safety for their employees. The main challenge for the company was that in the area where these simple manual inspections took place, the temperatures were extremely high. So that meant it was very unpleasant for the workforce, but it was also dangerous. And they also carried out these tasks very frequently, up to 6 times a day. Additionally, the low-level task took quite some time to conduct, which meant that a lot of resources were allocated to these, which ideally could be used elsewhere. Here, for the solution, I will show a brief video clip, which we can see now already playing. The video actually was taken at the Korean HQ, as the client asked us not to disclose a specific work environment. We are using the 4-legged spot robot, as we can see here, and we've integrated remote to establish the route for the robot to make autonomous inspections. This was done by scanning the environment to create specific route maps for the spot robots that it could navigate completely by itself through these work sites. We also integrated a third-party detection software allowing our clients to fully automate the gauge reading and use these results in later analysis. In terms of impact for this use case, as this is a still ongoing project in its POC phase, we haven't obtained any quantitative data yet. However, the first feedback by our client was very positive. The first positive result we could see is regards to preventing accidents, as now much less time was spent in these dangerous areas, and the time that was normally used to do these inspections could now be used to focus on more cognitively challenging tasks. Another very exciting benefit that we were currently developing in this context is the use of the robot's LiDAR sensors and the relating data to that to feed our digital twin molds that we're currently developing. Personally, I believe this is only the very beginning. There seem to be many very exciting areas where robots and XR technology can be integrated. We're also working on some at the moment, which I hope to share with you at some point as well. As my final talking point for today's session, I would like to re-emphasize the impact our XR technology can have on organizations, especially for industrial companies. We are able to obtain business insights. This is the ability to quickly and precisely figure out what is going on, needing less time to make decisions, leading to higher efficiency and higher productivity levels. The impact this technology can have concerning work insights, as it supports the employees to become more knowledgeable and skillful through providing more intuitive and a more immersive learning experience, and the impact it has with regards to safety-related matters by having the potential to create safe environments and also reducing accidents. I hope I could give you a good overview of what we are doing currently at VIRNECT and also showcase some interesting use cases that had real impact for our client. I'm happy to answer any questions related to the use cases or any other topic that might interest you. Our booth is number 505 in Hall A, so please visit us tomorrow, and there we can test and demo most of the products I talked about today. Very much looking forward to see you there. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you, Marcus. Are there any questions? Not everybody at once.
Questions.
Sounds good. You left them speechless, Mark. Oh.
So you mean in terms of the use of our technology, or do you mean in terms of what the client is looking out for in terms of ROE?
In your use cases, you used, you've got some efficacy numbers in there that it was a 4.5% improvement in quality.
Okay, yeah.
How did you come to that, hey, I was going to measure quality as a metric to look at versus, other things that are potentially things that you could be looking at? How did you determine which quality? Was that something the client determined, or is it?
Exactly. So we basically, before we start any project, we go through potential indicators that can be improved, and then we kind of compare them to the time where our technology wasn't in place, to the time where our technology was used, and that's how we determine these numbers then. Are there any other questions? If not, please visit us at our booth. We're always happy to demo our projects, and if you have any questions there, please let us know, and we're happy to discuss.